Hello and welcome to the United Stand. It is the Manchester United Transfer Daily, the show where we give you all the latest Manchester United transfer news and give it that real fan opinion. And we want you to get commenting below and give us yours as well. We're going to start off with Cristiano Ronaldo. You know what? How many times? How many bloody times? But there is a story. It wouldn't be a transfer window if we didn't mention Cristiano Ronaldo coming back to Manchester United. There are some people out there who still think it will happen, but there are still people out there who believe in Santa Claus. But the latest, look, it's been, in relation to Ronaldo, it has been sort of rumbling on for 2 or 3 weeks, and I've ignored it on purpose. But this latest one sort of is a different strand to it. And I do think it's always very relevant to ask Manchester United fans at least 3 or 4 times a week whether they want Ronaldo back. No, seriously, it's always worth sort of contemplating it every 6 months or so, which we'll do in a minute. But anyway, so this story was in the Express, I believe. It was Ronaldo and Mourinho have apparently improved their relationship. It ended quite badly at Real Madrid. They are pretty commonly well known not to get on, even though they do share the same agent in George Mendes. But apparently Mourinho and Ronaldo's relationship has never been so good, reported the Express, and this is seen as Ronaldo laying the foundations to want to come back to Manchester United. Would you want Cristiano Ronaldo back at Manchester United? Because apparently the story, the last time we spoke about this was the end of, or the middle of June, because I remember it coincided with the birth of my son. And June last year, I remember doing one of the videos, and it was around the tax thing with Ronaldo, and he was unhappy with Perez, and nothing could change his unhappiness, and he wanted to leave Real Madrid. Now, we all cynically said, incoming new contract for Ronaldo. Well, that contract never did happen. And the reality is that Ronaldo apparently doesn't get on with Perez still and wants out of Real Madrid. I watch a lot of Real Madrid. I watched Real Madrid Barcelona El Clasico just before Christmas, and I thought Ronaldo in that first half was as good as I've seen him for a long time. Second half, head dropped, petulance, that's Ronaldo. We know that. But the first half, I saw something in Ronaldo that I haven't seen for a long time. He was drifting out to the left. He was running at players. He showed a lot more pace, a lot more mobility on the ball than I'd seen probably in about 18 months from him, because I thought he'd just become a bit of a number 9. So that's interesting from Ronaldo that he's still got that in his locker. But what we do have to accept is that on the 5th of February, he will be 33 years of age. And would you want Ronaldo at Manchester United with an £800 million buyout clause? Now, apparently he's trying to force that down to 90 million. But would you pay 90 million for a 33-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo? Because for me, I love him. It would be a fantasy. And I think Mourinho would welcome him back because he still is one of the 2 best players in the universe. But at 33, what would he offer Manchester United? He is an amazing specimen. He doesn't get many injuries, but the Premier League is far more demanding than La Liga. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but if it did happen, I've always been quite consistent and said that actually, I think it was the summer before last was the last one I really wanted him, because you'd want prime years. But if the price is right, of course I'd welcome him back. I mean, he's better than Lukaku, isn't he? But I don't know. I don't know whether anything's going to happen with that. The next player I want to talk... Well, I'm going to talk about 2 Manchester United players first. Both Juan Mata and Mkhitaryan linked with moves to Serie A yesterday. Apparently Mkhitaryan into Milan. They want him on a loan move. United only want it a permanent deal, so apparently that's fallen through. And Inter Milan also linked to Juan Mata. Now, Juan Mata's been linked with leaving Manchester United before. There's some nonsense story that Juan Mata and the Herrera, Luke Shaw, are all out of contracts when they're not. We've got options of another year on them. They are not in the situation of Ozil or Sanchez or even Fellaini. Fellaini can go for free in the summer. Mata, Herrera, Luke Shaw can't, because we've got an option of an extra year. But Mata being linked with a move away from Manchester United is quite interesting. I think he's Mr. Consistent. He's Mr. 8 out of 10. That's why he wears number 8. I'll be surprised if we wanted Mata to go, but it depends what the big plans are in the summer. But I certainly don't see him going in January. Let me talk to you about Bernard. We did mention him before, I think last summer, because he had a year left on his contract. He's now got very little time on his contract. He's free to go in June, I believe. Brazilian winger, 5'5", 25, very skillful, very fast, available for free. I mention him because we mentioned him before, and I'm very intrigued by these players that are actually available for free because there's quite a few of them. We mentioned Emre Can. We obviously know about Goretzka, Ross Barkley, Ozil, Sanchez. There's quite a few. And he is a player that's been at Shakhtar for the last 4 years, I think. He's available for free. And he's a skillful player. Would I want him at Manchester United? He wouldn't be my first choice. I don't think he's really got the height or creative ability as a winger to sort of be what Manchester United would want in the Premier League. But he's worth bearing in mind, as is Daniel Rugani of Juventus, 23 years of age, 6'3", linked with Manchester United, centre-back. Not many people will know a lot about him. He has and was described by Ballon d'Or magazine as one of the best up-and-coming players in the world in 2015. Currently not getting much game time for Juventus, and there's a feeling that he is surplus to requirements, and Manchester United have been mentioned by his agent. Would we want Rugani at Manchester United? I mean, all I could say about him is, because I do watch a bit of Serie A, is that he is a typical sort of Italian centre-back. Doesn't, obviously good in the air, very strong, positionally sound, doesn't really fly into tackles, tends to use his body and his positional sense to make tackles, but he's got no pace. He's got zero pace, and that, for me, in the Premier League, is a worry for a young lad who's still making himself out in the game. And I really, genuinely don't think that we are in for him, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't. I think it's a bit of a non-story on this Friday. Morning. It's Friday morning. I'm losing track. It's been Christmas, and I'm sure everybody feels the same. But we have a weekend coming, and we have a Manchester United game tonight. Which reminds me, let me just refer you to the link in the video description, which is Fan League. Again, we have run these before Christmas and in November, and it is a free game for you to sign up and play. Link in the video description. There's two big aspects to it, but once you click the link in the video description, if you click play, it's an FA Cup special this time. They're all 3 o'clock kickoffs, so get on it fast. And all you've got to do is, you've just got to play the game. You just pick home win, draw, or away win for 13 FA Cup fixtures. You've got Bolton, Huddersfield, Bournemouth, Wigan, Fulham, Southampton, Man City, Burnley, Newcastle, Luton, Norwich, Chelsea. 13 fixtures. Anyway, home win, draw, or away win. Pick 13. If you get 13 right, you will win £10,000. If you get 12 right, it's normally about 200. 11 right, I think it's about 50 quid. And if you get 10 right, it's around 10 or 20 quid. It depends on how many people get it. But because it's FA Cup week, I don't think there'll be many, so the prizes will be higher. It's free to play. The link is in the video description. But the brilliance of Fan League as well is once you sign up, if you click Community and you go to My Leagues and you go to your invitations, you will get an invitation in there to join the United Stand League, where you can see the United Stand League is like this. It bases it on your average score, so it's your average score that will put somebody top of the league. It doesn't matter whether you sign up this week or you signed up 4 weeks ago, and it's a little bit of banter in relation to United Stand and playing against each other. So get yourself signed up for Fan League, link in the video description, free to play, and you could win yourself a substantial amount of money and some banter points in the FA Cup special on Fan League, because it's FA Cup football tonight. We are live at 7 o'clock with the watch along. Join us for that, for the Derby County game. I'm looking forward to it because I think the FA Cup is very important to United this season now. It's probably the most realistic chance of us winning a trophy, because the Premier League's gone, we're out of the League Cup. Champions League or FA Cup. FA Cup is probably quite, the more likely one. So we need to get off to a good run tonight. I want us to do that. I'm obviously very aware of transfer news. So get commenting below. Give us your thoughts. Would you take Ronaldo back at Manchester United? And give us your thoughts on that and everything else we've discussed. And don't forget, get yourself onto Fan League. It's Friday. Have a bit of fun. It's free, and you never know. You might really appreciate it. Come tomorrow when they all come in for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you like Transfer Daily, and I'll see you tonight for the watch along. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Friday.